Hey guys, okay, first mod for today, which many people have asked me to do, is the nightfinder mod. There are a lot of mods I could show you how to do on this, but the main one is removing the air restrictors, and I'll show you how to reinforce the spring if I have the time. I'm not making promises, because I plan to get a lot of guns done today. Plus I'm making my own, which I'm not sure if I'll be able to post on YouTube today or tomorrow, but you'll see it eventually. Anyway, this is the nightfinder, and I haven't put the batteries in because currently the sight is terrible. So what I do, and I'll show you how to do that, is I cut out the spring down here that where the batteries go, and I use this to hold darts as well as this. So then it can hold 4 darts as well as be able to shoot one. So 5 darts total. It's pretty nice. Alright, so you open the gun up, and it looks like this. The wires that go to the laser I left in, but if you're not going to use the laser and you're going to do the dart holder thing, like I'm going to show you how, you can rip them out if you want. That's a matter of preference. Okay, important pieces. First thing is, there are screws here and here, so take them out and we can proceed. Okay, so once you take those out, this should come right up, and pull this piece out. Keep this piece together for now. We'll work with it later. What you want to do right now is get this piece. This should come right off, and I actually already removed the air restrictors from this gun, but if you haven't removed them, then there will be a piece here with a spring, and you'll just take that out and not put it in when you put the gun back together. Also, there was a rod that I poked out of here that was right here, which if it's a stock gun you should have. So I ripped that off and then snipped it real fine, and that's all you need to do for taking out the air restrictors. So put that part back on, and you have to make sure you line it up correctly, which I just didn't. Anyway, so you line it up correctly, and you put it back on this, and then you don't have to work with this until you're putting the rest of the gun back together. Okay, this next part of the mod is subjective. If you have more than one nightfinder, then this mod will be more successful if you only use one of them, but use the pieces from both to mod that one. This little black thing is called an O-ring. If you have a second nightfinder, go get it, take it apart as well, get the O-ring off that one, and put it on this one. So this one should now have 2 O-rings, and I'll do that in just a sec. Okay, so you take your enforced O-ring spring, or not if you don't have 2 nightfinders, and put it back in, and it should slide pretty easily now because there's 2 O-rings, and it's not plastic rubbing on plastic, it's rubber on plastic. So this should be the same size as it was before. Slap it back in the gun, and then we'll proceed. Okay, here's the really annoying part about taking the nightfinder apart. Putting this back in. This has to be lined up perfectly, and the spring has to be pushed all the way to one end. What I suggest doing is pushing this back a little bit, and holding this, putting the end with the small spring in first, and then putting in the end with the shell. And when you push the shell into place, this should go back a little bit. Then, once I find the tiny screws, I think this is one, screw this back into place. If you don't screw this into place, I don't know what's happened. Like, if you fire it, I don't know what's going to happen, but I really don't want to find out because I don't want to take this apart again. Because even though there's not a lot of screws, taking guns apart is not very fun. Which you should figure out pretty quickly when you become a serious modder. Dang it. The other thing, if you have like magnets, I wouldn't use them because I'm really close to my computer right now. so I can tape this, but if you have magnets, use them to keep the screws together, so you don't have screws rolling all over the place. Oh, one thing I forgot to show you, make sure this tab gets lined up with these holes, so you don't have to take the gun apart again to line it up. Then, once the barrel's screwed in, take this piece, if you want it on, and shove it into place. Then, reassemble the gun, and you're done, unless you have two nightfinders, and in which case you should keep watching. Okay, even though you enforced the O-rings and took out the air restrictor, this mod only gets about 10 feet, 15 at most, more than the stock. But if you have two nightfinders, the second nightfinder is useless because it doesn't have the O-ring at the end, and it'll break pretty quickly. So what you do is take these from the old nightfinder and hot glue them onto either side of the modded nightfinder. So it can now hold, let's see, 9 darts, including the one in the barrel. So that's it. See ya.